Hey folks, it's Gecko, and today I'm bringing you the Zumra book tag made by Rameela, who you can find on Twitter and Instagram at @StarshineBright. I will leave her link in the description. This is her original tag. I'll leave both of her links in the description. And it's based on We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, which I read last year and thoroughly loved, but wait until next year for the sequel. The US publication date is January 19th next year, so I'm very excited for that. Hopefully the UK date will be roughly around then too, because I need to know what happens in this duology. So Rameela created this tag based on the characters in the Zumra, who are the main group, and 3 other characters who aren't technically in the Zumra, but they're part of the book, so oh well. And she put not part of the Zumra, but oh well. So the first character from the book is Zafira bint Iskander. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it's an emotionally driven character or book, and for that I chose Solitaire by Alice Oseman, which is about depression and friendship and all these things, which is basically one of my favourite books of all time. I love it. And she says, "My name is Therese Spring. I like to sleep and I like to blog. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, I guess, but that's all over now. Now there's Solitaire and Michael Holden. I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do, and I don't care about Michael Holden. I really don't." And that's what it says on the back. This is the UK new edition. It's absolutely an amazing book, and I really love it. Next book is Nazir Garmek, which is Angsty Boy, a character that's conflicted at war with themselves. Sometimes she crosses things out. It's the style that they do for chat and me. I don't really understand it. But a character that's conflicted or at war with themselves, I chose Ari from Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin O'Leary Science, which is about Ari being at war with himself and ignoring his feelings. And it's about this guy Ari meeting this guy called Dante and their friendship and how that goes. It's a really good book. It's another one of my favourites. The next book is Kiefer Darwish, a book with lots of food in it, or another foodie character, because Kiefer is very, very foodie. For this I chose The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. This is a magical realism about a girl born with wings, and it tells the story of the Rue women. So, pain in love is the Rue family birthright. By Ava Lavender, a girl born with the wings of a bird, it is a key to her fate. Ava traces the lives and loves of the Rue women as she tries to understand what has made her who she is and what she will become. On the night of the summer solstice, the skies open up and rain and feathers fill the air, and Ava's fate is revealed. So it starts telling you the story of the Rue women and her story and the family tree. And it's what made me, as soon as I read this list, I knew this one would be the one I chose for the food, because her grandmother runs a bakery, and all I can remember from this book, apart from how beautiful and stunning it is, was the bakery and the bread, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm a McGonagall. It was such a beautiful book. I read it in one sitting and I couldn't put it down. It's not a very long book. It's, let me see, it's 301 pages, and I devoured it. It was absolutely amazing. I'm a McGonagall, and McGonagall likes it too, so fine. The next book is Benjamin Hardy, a book with a mum character, or a book with wisdom you didn't seek. For this one I chose Awakened by PC Cast and Kristen Cast, because mainly for 2 reasons. One, because Zoe's grandmother, who is in every book in the series pretty much, actually no, I don't think she's, actually yeah, she's in every single book, and she's like the wisest character, and she's so great, and she's always coming up with these amazing lines and genuinely being awesome and badass. But Nyx, the goddess, is also very, very wise, and there's something that happens in this book, and Nyx is there and she passes judgment, I guess, on the characters, and she gives some amazing advice to people. She always gives great advice. And also, this is the book where Queen Skiach is really introduced, and she's another amazing character. So I saw this and I was like, well, there's 3 mom characters in this, or 3 women to give advice, and this is the 8th book in the series, and so much happens in this, and it's just so many wise characters in the series, and the overall message of the series is really good. And I know people don't like the series, but I really love the series. I think it's great. Next, McGonagall is actually sitting on the piece of paper I'm reading from, and you've just seen the next book. It's a book that all I remember from it, because Miss Mogg's butt is currently on it, it was a book that kept you guessing. I think it was for Altair. I can't tell you because there is a cat on it. Altair al-Badwi, a secretive character, or a book that kept you guessing. And for that I went with The Shakespeare Secret by J.R. Carroll. I haven't read this book for a really long time, but what I remember by Mark is that I couldn't work out where this book was going. I read it when the Da Vinci Code was a big thing and they were bringing out all those books. But it's basically, it's in America, and people are being killed in ways that are basically modelling his murders on Shakespeare's plays. And it's, I remember reading this and thinking, what is going on? What's happening? And I must have read this about 10 years ago, I think. Yes, this book was published in 2007 in the US and 2008 in the UK. So, I read this, I was in high school when I read this, it was about 10 years ago, and beginning of high school, and I just remember loving the Shakespeare element, loving the murder element, but it really kept me guessing, and McGonagall. And I didn't know where it was going, and as soon as it's a book that kept you guessing, it really did. And I know thrillers generally are meant to keep you guessing, but I don't really read a lot of thrillers, so this was a really good one, and I love it so much. These are the ones that aren't in the Zumra. Dean Rad. I am really sorry I'm butchering these names. This is a pure cinnamon roll. And for this I chose both of the characters in this book, Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. Because these 2 characters are just so pure. The way, as you read the books, you find out more about Nick and how he is supportive of Charlie is so stunning and just so lovely, and I love him. And Charlie, considering everything, how he's always there and everyone, and the 2 of them together, it's such a cinnamon roll story as well as a cinnamon roll book, and it's just, it's Nick and Charlie. Nick and Charlie, I love it. The next book is Yasmin Raid, Dean's wife, a character you wouldn't want on your bad side. And for this, I chose Stark Art from The Hate You Give. Now, this book as a whole made me particularly angry, but the character Hayley really ticked me off the entire time I was reading it, and I was like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if you don't know anything about The Hate You Give, it's a story about a girl who watches her best friend be murdered by a police officer, a black girl. her black best friend gets shot by a police officer and killed. And the media obviously start twisting things, saying who he was, and all wrong. And of course, Hayley, being a white girl at Russell's posh school, believes the media. And there's this scene, without going into spoiler territory, where Star's had enough and just lashes out at her. And it was that moment I was like, yes, Star, yes. You tell her. You put her in a place, because she is so annoying and she doesn't know what she's talking about. And this is also a story about Star using her voice. And it's at that moment when she has this go at Hayley that it's like, she can do this. So it's a really pivotal moment, but it's also that moment when you're like, oh, I don't want to upset you. So that was one of the moments of the book where I wasn't angry. It was more a moment I was like really feeling that moment of Star's empowerment, where she realised that she could do stuff and she realised she could speak up. And it was just, yeah. That was the moment I was like, oh, I don't want you on my bad side. The last one is Lena Bint Iskander, a character that has to grow up way too quickly. And for this I chose, and I've got to look at Morrow. Okay, Joaquin Morrow, who is the youngest character in Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Roerig. And this is about a group of cat burgling drag queens. Now, this follows a girl called Margot, and her best friend Axel, who is Joaquin's older brother. And these guys, you know, they do heists, they're cat burgling drag queens. It's a really good book, but Joaquin has to grow up way too fast. And it's just really interesting to see his character, because I could have put him as the cinnamon roll as well, because he's such a sweetheart. He needs a friend. He needs someone to be there, because he's capable of doing all these things, but he shouldn't be in the position where he has to do what he has to do. And Axel's trying to protect him, and it's just this whole thing, and I love it. But yeah, I don't even know if I've made any sense in any of these points, but definitely had to grow up way too fast. And I love Joaquin, he's such a sweet guy. But yes, that is my, I don't know, do you respond to it? I don't really know. These are my selections of response to the tag based on this amazing book, which is fantastic, and I would recommend it. So yes, thank you for watching. This is a shorter video than most of my videos, as was. I hope you have a lovely day. If you've also read any of these books, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of We Hunt the Flame. I love it. Yeah. Rameela's links will be in the description. And I'll see you later. Bye!